Welcome to Sathish Speaks channel. Yesterday the market went down by 1307 points and there is so much of panic in the market. I have received a lot of calls and messages between 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock and people are asking about what to do with their portfolio, why is such a fall. Mostly the direct investors in mutual fund and the beginners in investing, they are almost having kind of losses in their portfolio and they are totally panicked in this situation. In this video you will understand two things: why there is a fall in the market and what should you do as an investor in such a situation. How should you protect your portfolio? What should you do with your existing portfolio? You will get answers for all these questions. I am Sathish, financial consultant and author of this book called Untold Wealth Secrets and author of my second book, which is Middle Class to Million Dollar. Also, I write a personal finance column in Non-Evident, which is Middle Class to Millionaire. If you need any recommendation, advisory on mutual fund, equity and PMS, my WhatsApp number there, connect with me. And if you are watching this video, please click the like button right now. So why there is a fall in the market suddenly? Yesterday RBI suddenly hike up the repo rate by 40 BPS. It was completely a surprise. Of course, inflationary is a continuous concern, not only, not now immediately, it's there for the last 3 months. And as a market expected RBI to have an accommodative stand. So people expecting that RBI not to take any action, but they took action unanimously. So they hiked up 40 BPS in the repo. Number one. Number two, they have also increased the cash reserve ratio by 50 BPS from 21st of May. So what happens when there is an increase in repo rates? Number one, when there is an increase in repo rates, the interest rates goes up. Number one. Number two, when the interest rate goes up, the corporate borrowing will reduce because the corporate borrowing rate also goes up, right? Corporate would have been accessing the funds at, let's say, 8%. Now it will become dearer and will become to 10 or 9 or 10%. So what happens when the interest rates gets hiked up? The profitability of the corporates comes down. The expansion, the diversification, the manufacturing activity of the corporates also come down. The growth gets affected, profitability gets affected, earnings comes down. That's what happened when the interest rates goes up. Only the company having a very good free cash flow, the company having a lower debt tends to do well at this point in time. So the money naturally moves from equity to fixed income, equity to debt markets. There will be a liquidity crunch. Approximately all 85,000 crore of liquidity will get sucked up from the market. 85,000 crore is a huge amount of money that might get sucked up from the market. So these are the impacts when the interest rates goes up. So this might not be a good news for equity market as such. So that is why there was a panic selling. Lot of FII, they were actually the net sellers for the last 4 months. Since January they are the net sellers and they are continuing to sell. And DII, domestic institution investors, are the net buyers. They are continuously buying to an extent, and to a larger extent since 1979 we are the net buyers. We are buying crazily, I would say that. So that's a good thing about the current volatile market is a kind of a range bound position, sideways, very highly volatile. So what should you do as an investor to protect your portfolio? Number one, equity equal to volatility. Please do understand the turbulence, uncertainty on a short term, it's perfectly fine with equity. Warren Buffett quotes, if you can't see your portfolio going down by 50%, you should never ever invest in equity. I reiterate that if you can't see your portfolio goes down by 50%. So what is important? Mutual funds, choice of funds, or stock picking, good stocks. More than anything, the temperament is extremely important in succeeding equity markets, in taking rewards from equity market. Let's understand this. When there is a bull market, your portfolio will be doing good and you should resist yourself in order to make the profit booking. You should allow the funds to grow. At the same time, when there is a bull market, when the market goes down, don't panic. Do not panic, do not sell. Just stay hold. Just stay put. You know, Mr. Legendary investor Warren Buffett portfolio was down by 31% in 87. 31% again in 2000. 51% in 2008. 3 times his portfolio gone down drastically, but he was just stayed investor. So my recommendation is don't get panic, just stay invested. Number one. Number two, don't do any rebalancing right now, because you would have already chosen the right portfolio for yourself, right diversification for yourself. Don't do anything, don't take any action. Number three, don't play in options and futures. Markets are in sideways. Markets are highly volatility. A small negative information news triggers the market, impacts the market, market reacts more. So don't take position in options and futures. And fourth, if you have any surplus, please add more. Please stay invested. If you are a long-term investor, see, I am watching this market since 2000. Last 22 years, I am observing the market. Market was at 5,000. BSE Sensex was at 5,000 in 2000. Today, it crossed 60,000. From 5,000 to 60,000, and I am sure that with the great fundamentals, with the great Indian story, Sensex will grow from 55,000 or 56,000 to 1.5 lakh or 2 lakh. Will it happen before 2025? Will not happen, definitely will not happen. But this will definitely happen if you stayed invested for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Equity investment reward investors only when they stayed invested continuously for a period of long term. What do you mean long term? 10 years, 15 years. Market will go from 55,000 to 1.5, 2 lakh. Your investments will double, triple only when you stayed invested. Temperament is extremely important in stock market investing. So this is what you have to do as an investor. So if you need any recommendation, advisory on PMS, equity, mutual fund, my WhatsApp number there, connect with me, happy to assist you. If you are watching this content, if you enjoy this content, please click the like button. And if you want to open a demat account or open a mutual fund account, the link is there in the description. Most importantly, stay tuned. I will be bringing much more information on mutual fund, stock market and personal finance. Stay tuned. I will see you with another interesting video.